After decades of unfulfilled promises, a group of community activists has had enough.
Grassroots campaign in Cleveland leads to new legislation for the city council to consider that activists believe will finally take an aggressive approach to the city's well-documented issues with lead.
We have learned a lot from national and local experts, and it's time for us to move forward.
News 5's Jordan Vandenberg has more on what the legislation includes and who would be impacted.
This home in Cleveland's Glenville neighborhood has seen its better days. The paint is peeling from the porch, and it appears to have been recently boarded up. And oh, by the way, city records show it has tested positive for lead. And it's homes like these that pose a huge hazard for not only people who live inside, but those who live around it.
Only through old pictures can Jennifer Elkins best see how things were.
He was so good. He was an angel.
Compared to how things are.
He's making me cry at night because I'm like, this is not my baby. Like, he was always so good and calm. And then I went to the doctors and they tested him for lead poisoning, and it was 18. 5
micrograms per deciliter is what the CDC recommends. Jackson is almost 5 years old now and will start kindergarten soon. But Elkins says she has already noticed the ill effects of the toxic heavy metal.
It just makes me work harder with him to teach him what he should normally get on first try.
Our rates are higher than Flint, Michigan, not because of water, but paint.
Weary of decades of unmet goals by city officials, Cleveland lead advocates for safe housing unveiled a new proposal that they want the city council to consider. The legislation would require landlords to have their properties tested by 2021. Also, landlords would be required to tell the city and prospective tenants whether a property is lead safe. Under the plan, landlords could be eligible for small financial incentives.
You would never rent a home without knowing who is paying for the utilities. You would never rent a home if you didn't know on what day the rent was due. Lead safe status should be part of that same conversation.
The standard in Cleveland has to be raised to lead safe. Some people call that aggressive. It has to happen. There is a crisis.
Elkins believes her son was exposed to lead through a neighbor's garage that has since been demolished. Although the damage has been done, Elkins believes more can be and should be done.
Our future, we're supposed to protect them, not harm them.
Community activists say if the city council does not take up their proposed legislation, they will look to put it on the November ballot. Reporting in Cleveland, Jordan Vandenberg, News 5.